All right, this is Mark Shaw's Chevy 250 six-cylinder in a 67 Camaro. This Chevy engine started off as a 230 engine. I converted it a couple of years ago to a 250 from a spare engine that I'd gotten from a friend. And we had the engine overhauled. We put in 40 thousandths over pistons, flat top pistons. And and I got some nice shiny brushed aluminum from Tom Lowe in here. An interesting thing is when I first started it up, the engine barely cranked over, so I have a nice brand new starter motor in there as well. So you can see that the engine looks very nice shape. It's got a lot of power, a lot of performance now. You come around and look at this side. I have I have headers. Tom Langdon headers on there, Offenhauser input, a 390 CFM Holley carburetor. In this Chevy upgrade, I also put in power steering or power brakes and power steering. Putting in that new box was a pain. And so let's come around here. From Be Cool, I got a very nice brushed aluminum radiator with an electric fan. That just works super well. So what I've been messing with most recently is the ignition. 2 weeks ago I replaced the coil. So the previous coil that I had purchased here, I believe it was from a Ford, and maybe that's why I was having problems. It wasn't a Chevy coil. It has a funky clip or connector for these clips, and it was really hard to keep these things on. I was messing with them, and you can see I accidentally even broke this one off. So I got a new coil with very similar electrical characteristics with nice bolt-on posts that work so much better. But one of the other issues that I was having with this was that the coil wire was popping off. It was popping off the coil, and that happened when I was on the interstate, and that was kind of the last straw. But the problem that it turns out is that the coil wire on the distributor is a male and it's a female on the coil. I was kind of messing with this and messed up the boot, but I got a new wires on the way. But I've got this one kind of messed up so that it works. Now inside of the distributor, the electronic ignition I've got is from a V6 Chevy S10 pickup truck. So it was 100% compatible, just bolted right in. You gotta love Chevys. And one thing though, I checked the mechanical advance, and it's advancing at 1650 RPMs, and the guys tell me that it should probably be advancing at 1200. So you take off the rotor, down underneath here you see the weights and the springs. I'm told I can get a lighter spring set. These weights say 37. Apparently they have different contours for different advances. So that's the next step thing to do, is to put in some lighter springs. So anyways, this is our Chevy 250 six-cylinder engine. It's the original block, and it works great.